Today's project is replacing on this 9.5 Evinrude this kill switch with a lanyard style. I bought off eBay a Sea Dog brand universal kill switch. The reason I bought this one is it has a longer neck, which this particular motor has need of. The neck has to be really long to fit through this housing. So we remove the engine cowl, set it aside. Looking at the kill switch, you can see that it comes around, goes under this retainer, and plugs into these two sockets that go up to the magneto. So we're just going to replace this whole assembly. The next step is to unplug these connectors, and it looks like they've made them in a couple of varieties. These round barrel connectors or a funky looking square plastic connector. Anyway, you can see I've got one unplugged. Okay, both connectors are unplugged. The next step is to remove this clip. I'm just using pliers, grabbing a hold of it, kind of walk it off. And there we go. Now that the retainer's off, we pull the wires out, thread them under the choke wire or choke rod. I don't think that's defective. It has worked. I just wanted to put the kill switch on, and the rubber boot is going bad. The next step is to unscrew this stop kill switch. So I'm going to put a needle nose on here and turn the outside. I loosen it up a little bit because it's too hard to do one-handed. There we go. The switch is out. Here you can see how deep this switch is in the recess. I'm now going to demonstrate that this particular kill switch will work in this motor through all of this plastic housing. You can see there's enough threads for the nut to hold it in place, and I should be able to get the kill switch lanyard in place. Okay, I have the kill switch inserted, nut tightened down, and I have the lanyard connected, and I have the test leads connected to the backside. So we're going to demonstrate that I can kill it by pushing the button even with the lanyard on. Listen for the sound. You can see the meter reading too. And then of course, pulling the lanyard out, it kills it too. The next step is to confirm the wiring of this switch. The new switch I bought is universal, so I'll have to match the existing kill switch. I've seen online where they say each lead connects to ground, and this being grounded, and each pin would short to ground, but I don't think that's how this one works. So I have my meter on sound, and listen when I push the button. Can you hear it? So this switch shorts these two leads together. Now I'm going to test it the other way and prove that it's not a grounding style kill switch. Okay, so I've got the one lead connected to the nut and the other to one of the leads. Nothing. Let me connect it to the other one. Nothing. The only way this one works is grounding them both together. According to the sheet that came with this kill switch, it shows M, or the two terminals. So I've picked those two terminals here and have it wired up. So listen carefully. I'm going to push the button. You hear it? I'm going to pull out the lanyard. And there we go. So that's the posts I need to use, the M magneto posts. I'm going to measure the wire and cut two pieces the same length. Notice both wires are gray, so there's no polarity because both of them short together, killing the magnetos. But I happen to have blue with white, and I have some solid blue, so I'll just use one of each. This is also quite flexible wire, even though it's 16 gauge. It's called MTW, machine tool wire, and it's very, very pliable, not like THHN. With the orientation of this switch blade sticking out and the orientation of the old switch, the wires came out at 90 degrees. So I picked these up from O'Reilly's or Advanced Auto, I don't remember which one. But they're a crimp-on connector and they slide right on. You can see how they'll come in this way and the wire will come out the right direction. So now I'm going to stick these on and measure the wire to see what length I need. For safety, I'm going to double crimp these, and it'll crimp in two places. It'll crimp adjacent to the terminal and in the barrel. Here you can see I'm using this style of crimper. Now I'm using this style of crimper for the piece in the end here. I've pushed the two connectors, and again they're on the M for magneto terminal. I've laced the wires under the choke rod and into this trough, ready to put this clip on. And it got bent just a little bit, so I'm going to take a pliers and straighten it, and then just push this piece on. I'll trim these wires to length and plug in the connectors. Connectors came from O'Reilly. Not that I'm trying to push O'Reilly, but I believe that's where I got them. But they're available at almost all auto parts stores. The lanyard is in, the wiring is all around, and I have the two prongs, and I'm connected to my meter. Right now it's showing overload, which means an infinite open circuit. So I'm going to push the button. Can you hear it and see it? I let it up, so the engine will be able to run. I pull the lanyard out, and it's closing the contacts, just like the one that was in it. The connectors are plugged in. The wire is tucked in. It looks to be on the other side of that clip. I may need to put a tie wrap here to hold the train in place. But I have it in forward. I'm going to turn the throttle all the way to full speed. It's full speed. There's back to idle. Idling. I'm going to push the kill button. I'm going to restart it. So it was successful. Thanks for watching.